I'm excited to bring this team to the tournament. They've really gotten better. They've gotten closer. They've been challenged every possible way. We've had injuries. We've kind of withstood all that stuff, but this is one-game deals. So it's hard, and it's hard for every team. It'll be hard for us.
Raise your hand if you have a question. I'll bring the microphone to you. Start with Lindsay.
Hey, Cal. Lindsay Schnell from The Athletic. I wanted to ask you not about your game tomorrow, but I was curious, when Rod Strickland took the LIU job, he obviously had worked for you, been on your staff. He wasn't an assistant coach, but did you guys talk when he was thinking about that job? Did you give him advice? What did you think of him taking that job?
Well, first of all, we got connected. I knew Rod, but I had a player of mine moving to D.C. to work for FedEx. Needed a place to stay. I called Rod. I said, do you have any ideas? He said, he can stay at my place. I still have the place there. I said, you're kidding me. No. And I said, Rod, I'm always going to be here for you. If you take care of one of mine, I will help you in any way I can. Well, he calls me a year or two later and says, I want to get into coaching. I said, you're with me. Let's go. And what you find out, Rod was the one when I had Tyreek Evans said to me, do you want to hear the good news or the bad news? I said, give me the good news. He said, the good news is Tyreek has the ball 75% of the time. I said, what's the bad news? He needs it 85% of the time. And we went on a run. And he was unbelievable. Ends up being the Rookie of the Year in the NBA. Tyreek did, but that was Rod. And what it tells you is his feel for the game and feel for players is off the charts. But he had a tough job, but he overcame that. I mean, doing what he did, getting them in the NCAA tournament, I hit him right away. He was honored by DePaul. They put his name in the rafters, his number. A lot of good things happening to a good person. Thank you for asking that.
In the back.
Bill Oram with the Oregonian. Classic hometown honk question here, but you had a nice tweet about Portland the other day. Was when you recruited Terrence Jones, was that when you spent the most time here?
One of the most talented, and I better not say about his son, I'm probably not able to, but he was one of those, wherever you needed him to play. When we won the national title, he rolled his ankle. Go back and look. So bad, a normal human would have said, I can't go. He hit the floor twice and got up and finished the game, and we won the national title, and he was a big part of that. So, yes, I can't remember the name of the high school, but I do remember this. I had to have a wool cap on because it was a morning practice, and I could see my breath in the gym. And they had sweatsuits on. It was like, do they have heat out here? What's going on? But no, I remember being out. I was out here a lot. I come out for the Summit game, or, I've been out here. Matter of fact, I've been in hotels where I've done recruiting after that game. So.
Jackson Fuller, Southwest Times Record. John, Hawaii's size in the front court, a lot's been made of that. Two-parter, what do you see from their front court, and have you spoken with your bigs about challenging them? They have to be ready for this game.
Well, they're not only big, they can shoot it. So now you've got bigs that can shoot the ball, that are long, that are 7 foot tall. That it's also our guards understanding how they play. And like I said, I watched a lot of tape, and they're really good. They play their way in how they're playing. Offensively, they run great stuff. They play through bigs, their guards, fade screen. They do all kind of good stuff. But it's going to be a challenge. Every game in this thing is a challenge, and every game is a little bit different. How they play pick and roll. And then you got to start the game and see if they've made adjustments because of us. Maybe they change. Oh, they're going to do this and this, and they don't do it. They do it a different way. They've never played zone. Okay, now they're playing some zone. So that stuff happens within the game. But they're big. They're one. I saw them play Irvine, and both teams were big. I'm like, where in the heck did these 7-footers come from?
In the back.
John, Jack Magruder from Field Level Media. Is Darius still in that boot at times, and how close to full strength is he? Obviously, his play.
He's not been in the boot for a while, but, you know, he gets dinged up because of how he plays. I tried to sit him out earlier and we had lost a game in double overtime, and he had 50 or whatever he had. And I said, why don't you sit out the next game? And went to double overtime. And he looked at me and he said, we lost. I'm not sitting out. And so then when I got him to sit out, we had to go back and forth. Tell me why you think I should. You know, I think I can do it. I said, because I need you fresher, and we needed him in the SEC tournament run to be that guy. And so I'm glad I did it. I took a chance, but, you know, I said we did the NBA load management. Sit back, let us try to win a game without you. But if he's hurt, you won't know, because he doesn't do that. I looked at him, he said, don't look over here, I'm fine.
Up front.
Wes Nakama, Warrior Insider. Coach, your players and most of your fans may not be as familiar with Hawaii as a program and the basketball culture out there, but you've been out there for the Maui Invitational, you've been there for the Rainbow Classic.
You weren't born yet,
I know,
so don't
I was there.
tell me.
I was there at that game, but or those games, that whole tournament. But what can
You were there for the rainbow stuff?
Yes, I was there.
Well, you must have been 4 years old. I mean, how old were you?
Oh no, I was actually out of college, but
Well, you're older than I thought. Go ahead.
yeah. Anyway, what can you share about your experiences, taking your teams to Hawaii and the basketball culture there, and just your overall experience with Hawaii basketball?
Well, again, we did play in the Maui, I think, a couple different times, and we played in the Rainbow. And being there and being able to deal with that whole environment and be able to enjoy it, and then see the fans who are so committed to that program and to the coaches and to the players, it's kind of, it's kind of unique in what they do and how they do it. And I think their fans know how good this team is. What's their record? 24-8. Is it 25-8 or 24?
He said 24-8.
If you win that many games, you have a really good team. And they have a really good team. And they've got size, and they can shoot the ball. They've got guard play. But no, I have fond memories of those. Now, that's a long trip from where I've been to go out there and play now, but I'd do an exhibition out there maybe. Go out and play, stay a week, have a couple games. But
Jerry.
Coach Jerry Brewer from The Athletic. How do you think you've evolved? I won't go your entire career, like over the last 10 or 15 years, to have prolonged success. And what about you will never change?
Well, the guys that played for me at UMass, the Harper Williams and those guys, and Lou Rose, and shouldn't have started Edgar Padilla, Carmelo Travieso, Dante Bright, Dana Dingle. Should I keep going? They say I got soft. They look at me and said, you are soft. And the guys at Memphis, I just got a text from CDR this morning, who they have him as one of the 5 leading scorers in the history of this tournament, have him 5th. And he said, thanks for letting me rock out. So, what changes is how you play because of the players you have. I don't have one style that, okay, you got to match this or you're not playing much. It's trying to figure it out. That's kind of stayed the same. And then being honest with kids. I'm not going to BS them in recruiting. I'm not going to BS them. I'm going to tell them the truth. Some kids can't take it. They say keep it real. Not with me, but you keep it real with these guys. So keeping it real and being honest, and yet you got to care, you got to love on them, you got to, I think I've done all that the same. What's changed, how we play this game. You remember when it used to be 5 passes before you shoot and you screen everybody? You remember how much pick and roll? I never did any pick and roll with Derrick Rose. And the reason was I wanted him to shoot the ball. I didn't want 2 people to guard him. So we did stuff different. Tried to play fast. I've never had great shooting teams. Matter of fact, had some of the worst free throw shooting teams to come in this tournament. That was the last thing I looked at. I wanted to see that. How do they play? How hard do they play? Are they competitive? Are they good teammates? Do they want to be coached? All that kind of stuff has kind of stayed the same. But the game has changed. I mean, more people are analytics. Did you ever play? No, I never played. But what do you mean? It's all what the numbers say. I'm not that guy either. I listen to the numbers, but I go with my gut. Sometimes it's right. Sometimes it's not. But that's how I've done it, and it's worked out pretty good. Does that answer what you're saying?
Jackson Fuller, Southwest Times Record. John, we saw Carter here, and he obviously didn't travel to Nashville. I know you said Final Four was the best timeline. Any update there, or is it still maybe a Final Four?
He won't play this weekend.
Hey, Cal, Ty Richardson, ESPN Arkansas. You talked about challenges earlier. Hawaii is the best team in college basketball at allowing the few assists per game. You guys are undefeated when you give 20 or more assists. How do you counteract that tomorrow?
Shoot a lot of layups. I mean, to be honest, we'll play the game as it unfolds. I mean, if they want to run and trap, we'll probably have a lot of assists. If they're playing straight up, we'll probably be telling guys to get to the rim. They take away threes by fanning out. Well, then you got to spread them out and beat them on the bounce if you can. They may play some zone. I mean, some of this stuff, I'm making calls, and I tell the kids, I just need to see how they're playing stuff so that we can move forward. But they don't give you a lot of opportunities for a catch and shoot. They don't, because they'll spread their defense.
Up here.
Wes Nakama, Warrior Insider. Coach, you've been to this tournament, dozens of times, and one of the things they talk about is maturity, and especially in today's day and age of college basketball. Hawaii is probably the oldest team in the country. They got 24-year-olds, 25-year-olds who are married. How do you think that can benefit them?
That guy got children. I mean, they're older. They're mentally more equipped to go through this stuff. But I've started 5 freshmen one year, and we got to a Final Four, matter of fact, final game. And many times this year we're starting 2 freshmen. We're going to play the best players, and we played some older teams, and it's harder. It's harder. They've been through the wars. There's things that they have experienced that an 18-year-old has not experienced. Part of it is the NCAA tournament, because this is different. This is one game. You play bad, you lose.
And with that, we are out of time. Coach, thank you very much. Best of luck tomorrow.